300,000 difference between the numbers.
Hello!
Well, no.
And welcome back to part 2 of episode 12 of Unfettered. We're having a discussion of how much money we want to give to the captains. So I guess that the real question here is, are you flying to Sanctuary, or are you headed straight to Dunsimic?
Sanctuary, because we need an army.
Okay.
It's gonna be we drop off. We're like, here's your gold. Get your shit in action. Get your.
Yeah, and I think we're having the cog fly over the Mano War in the center of the city, and just starting to like unload crates down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on, I need to. It is the 10th when you leave, and it's gonna take you how many days? 420 miles. 420 miles. Dang.
Wait, aren't all of our crew on this ship robots?
No, this is Lord Austin's wall.
Oh fuck.
Right. Yeah. How fast is Lord Austin wants?
The fastest. Pleasure Palace is the slower ship.
That doesn't.
18.
Oh right, Okay, so 18 for the Pleasure Palace, or.
But what you want is the Pleasure Palace's speed.
Wait, could we like, I don't know, tie the Pleasure Palace?
No.
Could we leave someone behind on the Pleasure Palace and pilot the rest of the way back?
I mean, theoretically, yeah, if you want to just bail on them and leave them to their own devices in the middle of the arcane.
Speed 14.
14. Okay, so 14 times 8. Reasonably, you can go 112 a day. So it takes you about...
4 days?
Yeah, about 4
Great.
days. Okay, in the evening on the evening of the 3rd day.
Yeah.
So choose a side. It is the 13th. Wait.
Of course, given the fact that we are now sailing, Albert's going to have taken full control of the operations and be like checking and making sure everything's all right. I've spread news amongst our subordinates that we've gotten the support of the dragons.
Actually, it's the 5th. Sorry. Keep going.
I think I'm going to be sitting on the boat going, blue lightning, blue lightning, blue lightning, blue lightning.
Also, tell people to keep an eye out for Malachi. Incredibly
Yeah.
dangerous.
So, are you recalling everyone back to Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like literally in the way. So.
Yeah. It probably adds a grand total of a day to the ride.
At work.
So, how long has it been since it's the 9th month? And it was which month?
It's probably been 2 months.
Yeah.
Because we spent 50 days just on the islands. It probably took 4 days to get over there.
Yeah, it was 50 days, and then
it took
I think it was 14, you said, between when you dropped them off and when you went to the Draconic Isles. So that's a total of 64 days, plus the 4 you just took getting back and getting gold. So that is 68 days of repair time for your ships.
Per day or about?
It's in the DMG, but I am currently pinned down.
Yeah. Do you have a cat? Kitty!
I feel like his face summarizes so much. Why are you doing this?
Just kind of like looks away.
Alright, D&D, Dungeon Master's Guide.
He jumped down. I was trying to grab it with my foot, and he jumps down and gets in the way. It's either 1 or 2 a day. I'm really hoping it's 2.
I kind of hope it's 2 as well. If it is 1, I might just house rule it to 2 because hot diggity.
Because these ships have way more health than the ships in the book?
I think so, yeah. Because otherwise they would just be destroyed in like 2 shots.
That doesn't sound fun to you, Dylan?
I mean, Not
After
really.
we just killed that Imperator,
Yeah, right?
I'd like to. Okay, it is ship repair. 1 hit point per day.
Okay, let's up that to how much does it cost?
20 gold.
20 gold per hit point. At what can we just shift it to 40 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna shift it to 40
All right,
and 2.
let's.
Which means you
see.
got what was that 68 times 2 is a lot. 68 times 2
120.
is
136. Nice.
nice.
the
Nice
calculation.
slash R there. There we go. Yeah, 136.
And then multiply that by 40.
Holy
4,000
60.
something.
Damn it again. There we go.
5,000.
5,440.
Okay.
Worst comes to worst. I'm out of Dragon Gold.
Mm-hmm.
So
Does that put your ships at full health yet?
we're out of gold now. Completely.
Cool.
That
How much money are you giving to the captains out of your so viewers know 800,000 gold?
795,000.
I keeping 50,000 of it would be meaning all of them can afford to get an upgraded Man of War.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so let's do that.
So,
So
I feel like
you're giving them
7,000
750,000.
that.
And okay, I completely forgot that we had to deal with them about them giving all of their loot to us for the gold, which is why I was like, well, we don't want to spend too much on the cap.
Yeah, so they're
And
each
then-
giving 150k.
It was 68 days we said of repair.
Yes.
So let me go add the hit points to those.
It was 136 HP.
Was it Stormsinger and and Leviathan?
I believe so. Yes.
I feel stupid if Stormsinger doesn't need that much healing. And I'm gonna have to remath a whole bunch
Oh
of
right,
this.
you need to do that twice, don't you? Because you're repairing 2 ships.
Oh fuck. Well, I'm glad we kept money, or else we wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah. So that's just to do the math real quick. 5440.
I think that they understand operation cost, that we can't literally give away all of our money.
Yeah.
So this is our operation cost, and like money for the crew cost. So that's another 5,000 out.
Yeah, it's 10,880 total for repairs.
I'm using nice clean numbers right now.
Now that we're on our way back, and certain things have been
Mhm.
have lightened up with the plot, Vessinger's going
That's
to find
right.
some time to take Constance aside, like to talk to her separately from the rest of our crew. So it'll probably end up being like a call for her sitting in the office.
All right.
In our office. Captain's quarters? Yeah.
The captain's quarters, yeah. Or captain's cabin.
Of course, whenever he's on someone else's ship, Vessinger immediately kicks them out of their own cabin.
All right.
Sorry, healing ships is more complicated because you can't just do it off the character sheet. I have to scroll onto a different thing.
Right.
All right. Well, the Stormsinger is like only minorly damaged now.
Sweet. And then I'll handle Leviathan's Ascent.
All right. So yeah, you call me aside.
Yeah. He just sends a sailor out to get you, to have you come back over.
Yep.
Yep.
I go.
All right.
Wait, what is this about? Let's go.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm struggling a little bit. So he calls you over to his desk. Which he's sitting in. Constance. There's something that I might have been concealing from you about some matters that you told me about on the Draconic Isle. Given the light of certain revelations of the nature of the previous catastrophe of the world, I feel more or less safer with trusted knowledge.
Okay.
Your map.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the.
I just like bop your head.
Yeah. So Vessinger will send the memory. He'll try and like keep out the
What, like,
whole.
yeah, you like skim it, so I just see like some woman I don't know holding a map, and I go, oh, well that was. And like I'm like trying to like you see me like trying to scramble to find paper to just write things down. I'm like I lost it.
Yep. It just keeps on going back and forth like that.
Yeah. So like we scramble to try to recollect it.
A quick question: did you set the Storm Singer's HP or the Leviathans?
Both.
Okay, so they're both repaired. They're both good.
Yeah, they've both been repaired. They're
Okay.
136.
All right.
Yeah. The
They're both a little short.
Leviathan.
Leviathan's
was
like
much
100
more
short, but it has 600 HP. So.
Mm-hmm. They were 2 HP different from each other before this.
Nice.
You know. But yeah, so we try to reconstruct based off of his memory.
The
map.
cipher. All right.
Yeah, the cipher. And then I like look at this like bird thing I have. Lighting it on fire might not have been the best idea.
We'll just have to go back and build that too.
All right, so like we hold a piece of paper under it, and like, we're like
Can I just
transferring the memory back and forth, trying to draw it back.
Can I
in.
get some dex checks? Just 2 dex checks.
Wait,
Say
hold on.
one from each of you.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not even gonna waste inspiration on this.
I'm wasting inspiration on this. Are you kidding me?
Wait, no, I had some good role playing already. We can spend the inspiration. Guys, just remember, if you're playing at home with multiple inspirations, just think, did I earn an inspiration today? It's fine to spend one.
All right, got that 18.
It's the same thing. Second.
All right, let's just a dex check.
Yep. All right, yeah. You guys do a surprisingly good job of drawing out these maps and charts.
And I think that we do it in such a way that you have to have all the pieces to...
Yeah.
Like, we're writing it on papers where you can line them up and it makes one sheet. It's like something super simple, but still you have to have all the pieces.
Right,
Yeah,
that way it's not, oh, we lost the one chart. Guess someone's got it now.
Yeah, so I think that's what the high scores mean. Is we successfully made it complicated, but also we could still...
It's still usable, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, like I guess we kind of should meaningful look at each other. Once this business is done, we have to find these.
We have a lot of things to do once this business is done. And well, when we get there, I owe all of Maratoon a great debt, and I need to pay it back.
Oh, that's rather wonderful, but we don't know where Molokai got this speed. And if
I just kind of look at the map.
It's
Does this look like the Wildlands to you?
May have to be more concerned about Molokai.
Don't stab him in the mind. You saw I stabbed his friend in the mind. Okay, yeah.
You also punched him in the face, and that worked for you too. Clearly, he was not made of very stern stuff.
Oh, I thought I was getting tougher. You didn't like Railgun sword power?
Railgun?
I mean, I have this idea
thing I was talking with Mabel.
Electrically charging something, just launch it and...
Wait, isn't that what Kelly used? Never.
I actually think that might be,
Roughly, yeah. So I think, speaking of Kelly, so you've arrived in Sanctuary. We got a short, like, couple of cutaway scenes of you delivering gold to the captains. Maybe some handshaking.
We got like a bunch of like these like stock images of like, you know, people in suits shaking each other's hands, and then like a treasure chest full of gold. Yeah.
Just photoshopped in. Yeah. We blew all of the budget on the dragons, so.
Yeah, it was some tough CGI.
Oh, now I'm thinking of a video game. Thank you.
And we see, over time, all of your ships come into port, and the energy of the city has changed. It's the docks are much busier as the captains are like getting their crews together and planning to go out and start hitting the trade routes, and so there's that. So there's a sense of tension, I guess, in the air. But additionally, it's no longer just the docks where you're seeing people sick. It's pretty much throughout the city. You're running into people who are just either collapsed in alleyways, or you can hear coughing from buildings.
Well, whenever I get the chance, I'm going to just heal a few people as I walk by.
Oh, I'm a paladin. I'll just heal some people.
We make a minor
What's
difference.
the paladin ability do specifically? I guess most importantly, does it affect magical diseases?
I know my resistance.
Your resistance is to magical stuff, but so restore health is an action. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned. Alternative, you can remove one disease from the creature.
Yeah, doesn't specify anything about magical. So usually that means.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
kind of in the air.
I mean, the only thing I could compare it to is, I think in 2E, it specifically doesn't affect magical diseases.
Yeah.
Does also...
When abilities don't affect magical, lists them.
Well, what is the equivalent? I'm going to look through the player's handbook to see if there's an equivalent remove disease for clerics, or what the cleric one is, and if various levels, and see if there's specifies as magical.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if as a second level you can be like, boop. Which is not me saying that Wizards didn't make that choice. It's just, I would be surprised.
I think there's like some relatively low tier sort of magical though.
Lesser restoration, or there's remove curse. Let's see.
I can expend 5 hit points from my pool of healing to cure the target of one disease or neutralize one poison effect.
Well, because, I mean, that would let you walk up to a werewolf and be like, boop, you're not a werewolf anymore. Haha.
Well, lycanthropy is a curse.
Yeah, it's a curse.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Which is a 3rd level spell.
Right.
Yeah.
With saves.
Yeah.
I
I don't give a shit about the mystic, but Paladin also has the extra flavor of being very good against things that require saving throws.
Right.
Poison shit.
Anyways,
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna adjudicate. I'm gonna let it pass for now. You can heal people, but you notice it's different. It's not like, oh, this person has the flu or the bubonic plague. It's, oh, this takes some actual concentration, and it's draining. It's like
I put my hands on them, and rather than all of the particles in their bloodstream being like burnt up simultaneously, their skin starts to scorch. Scream.
Yeah. And you take note of that.
Yeah.
So as your ships come into port and your followers show up one by one, we get to see some people. John.
Wait, we're not meeting in Dune Simic?
Well, you said you were pulling people from, because you had people like in Mulland and whatnot. You were saying to go to Sanctuary first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the idea is that we were going to have them gather. I guess actually gathering outside Dun Simic would be kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess John's probably still in Dun Simic.
Yeah. We should have them meet us kind of somewhere outside of Dun Simic, not in, like at Lotus, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought we would have used as our meeting point, was the Lotus.
Yeah. because
All
that's
right.
where we're having people stay anyway.
Okay. So, are you doing anything else in Sanctuary?
I think we just have we pay them off. We head out.
Yeah.
All right. So the Lotus has been semi-abandoned for a time, because you pulled all your people out of it to come help you with the trials.
Yeah.
So I think when you arrive, it's gotten a little dusty, maybe a little sandy. But the other ships, because they went directly there instead of stopping off at Sanctuary, are already there by the time you arrive.
Yeah.
And so, like, as you descend into the facility, I think you're greeted by Kelly. So Kelly comes walking out of the hallways. The ceiling iris is closed, followed by a tall, lanky brass automaton.
Well, is it like the ones we've had before, or is it?
It's like a good
New.
8 feet tall.
That's
Well,
new.
It's a large creature.
I see your projects went well. Terrifyingly
Oh,
well.
this is Ansel. He's a work of art. If it weren't for the notes from Roderick and the work we did on your little robots, this guy here wouldn't have been possible. And she like smacks him on the shoulder, and you see the robot like loses its balance and moves to the side, and like it catches itself with one leg, but out of its back you see other appendages briefly snap out just in case, and then withdraw back into the torso.
Not the talkative type.
It turns and bows its head.
I like it.
No.
This one is good. I approve.
Oh yeah. We've heard about Zaire.
Yeah.
What
Well,
are we gonna do?
we don't know the specifics, but do know that all this boils down Clementine. Yeah, okay. It all boils down to we have to infiltrate this. Work the ground, search the area,
We need
contact.
to take the field down so we can begin bringing our ships in. At this point, I don't think their ships will last long, especially if we steal one and use it to crash into another one.
That is one strategy that we could operate. Yes. Preferably, we'd like to have ships. It's not much.
Well, I mean, me and Gamses are walking in the front door.
I'm thinking, beforehand, Gamzee, do you think it would be possible for you to start picking up the threads that Zaire left? Connection, friend, get of done Simic on our side.
I don't think we should send Gamses. Gamses is wanted there. Like, they are a known wanted person.
Oh, are they? I didn't realize
Yes.
that. Yeah, but who else has ties to the people of Mardoon?
Exactly. Like, it's Zaire, possibly John.
I don't think John would have.
He spent the last 64 days there.
Yeah, he's still in the city.
Oh yeah, he spent a fuck ton of time there. Whoa.
He's
right.
been there for 2 months.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get in contact with John and have him start picking up the loose ends. We'll have to talk to John and start getting things organized. We'll need a group of people to go in and take down the interdiction field for the.
I just look at Kelly and Roderick.
They look at each other. Well, if it's a job that needs doing.
Well, I mean, I feel like machines and breaking them is something that you'll enjoy doing. You look at a machine and then you get to smack it a lot.
Or it'd be a bit better keeping me distance, but
True.
I'm pretty sure the way you use Kelly's cannon is not as a bludgeoning.
Oh.
But far
I'm
from
sorry, I don't know
judge-
how to use it. I like a bow.
What? I don't think I've ever seen you use a bow.
Why would I use a bow? I can shoot lightning. I used to use it before the powers.
Such a headache. All right.
I think around this point, Mabel's like getting her stuff off the ship, and she just like stops. If you don't need me, I'm gonna go inside.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay.
Just keep doing whatever you're doing, Mabel. You're doing great.
Thanks. She leaves.
Ugh. All
Yeah,
right.
and I think at some point I want to talk to Gamzees before the big raid.
Okay.
Could we perhaps have Lifo go into the sea with the two of them?
I mean,
Wouldn't
Protection.
bad call. It depends. Like, do we want to break it before we enter the city, or is it going to be like multiple plans going off at the same time, and then we group up and attack the center?
Think
I guess.
my idea is sabotaging the field beforehand and then following up with a blitz attack.
Well, okay. If we were sabotaging it, we'd want to sabotage it in a way that it breaks when it's used.
Yeah. So
So-
we'll need Kelly and Roderick for sure for that mission then.
Yeah.
And
And,
Lifo isn't wanted in that city, I don't think.
But he kind of stands out.
yeah,
Yes,
he
stand-
does.
Honestly, it'd be more efficient to send me.
You, Kelly, Roderick to go infiltrate and take down the field.
Yeah, if we're doing it like a day ahead of time, because I can
Alright.
teleport all of us out.
All right, that makes sense. So you'll go in with them to take down the interdiction field. We could also set up another plot ahead of time. Why don't we send in just straight up me to go organize the rebel forces? Not dissing John or anything, but I'm pretty sure
Speaking
not
of
the-
not dissing John,
leader part very
you
well.
hear a voice from back in the ships from the communicators.
Yeah.
I flap over there.
Flap, flap. Captain,
John, are you
are
alright?
you on a scale from right next door to we'll be there in a week? How far away are you?
Easily within a day?
Yeah.
Within a day.
Well, you see, let me just hold this thing out the window. You hear a window creak open, and you hear shouting, and screaming, and pleading, and crying, and probably
All right, we're
fire.
going now.
Yeah, so at that
I think
I'll
everyone
just
just
say-
picks up their weapons and we all
Yeah.
just walk towards the ships.
yeah,
So-
it's like we'll be there as soon as we can be. John, organize whatever forces you have under your command and make sure to get to a safe place. Keep in contact, and if anything strange happens, please keep us up to date. Don't go disappearing without a single. And then like with that, kind of ends communication and like turns around and starts shouting at people.
Do we know where everyone is in terms of like how far off they are? The remaining crew.
All your people are there.
Okay, so everyone
because,
is.
because they went while you were going to sanctuary.
Yeah.
So, which I should actually adjust the date again.
I think at this point I'm going to be like, all right, Albert, use your thing, scout now. We have the advantage of being able to see what's going on.
Right, I almost completely forgot. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the spyglass to
Spyglass?
scout out. Yeah.
Yeah, so you you open it up and you can see the floating continents of Hersagul, and you like zoom in on Dunsimic, and you see. It's difficult to see because the field has been engaged.
Yeah.
And you can actually see some smaller craft. As like when Constance tested it out, like run through the field, lose power, and crash into the sand, only to be bombarded by ship fire. The streets themselves, you can see a couple fires starting in a couple places. Zooming further in, you see organized squads of soldiers led by figures in robes entering people's homes, which you can't see into, but you can extrapolate, cutting people down in the street and like ritualistically opening up their organs. Something is going on, and it's not just it's not purely imperial.
All right, we're making double time. that's all I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep an eye out on the situation with that, and also simultaneously order everyone micromanaging things, just telling people to hurry the fuck up.
Yeah, so I think there's a
flurry
of activity as the sailors get all the weapons set up, double triple check rigging, and get onto the various ships so they're all crewed up.
Yeah.
And I think now is the time when you figure out who's walking in the front door, who is waiting outside the city for the field to go down. And
I'm teleporting to the other side of the field, hoping that works.
Right, because if you touch the field, bad stuff happens.
I feel like so.
But we also did confirm. We already did confirm I can teleport to the other side of it because I teleported back through it.
Yeah, you can teleport just fine. It's touching is bad for you.
Vessinger is the best ship captain, so he should be with the ships. Is probably like the first thing I would say, in terms of list of importance. So he should probably wait outside with the ships, being a sky captain and all that. As for who's going in, Leaf, we need almost all of our troublemakers to properly. No, we don't.
Gamsies, and Leaf Foe just walking in. I think that's the tankiest, bloodiest fight.
You have a couple objectives. You need to take down the field. You need to kill Clementine, probably.
Yeah.
You need to find and rescue Zaire, and you need to extract John. Now, you can do these in sequence, but that, of course, introduces some risk. You can try and do them all at the same time, but that introduces different risks, and you'll have to figure out how to split the group up. I am totally down with you guys splitting people up. You are allowed to bring all of your troublemakers for this.
Okay.
We are down 2 troublemakers. We need our troublemakers first because that will
that'll tip the scales for the ship fight.
Yeah. So could you and Theo Dares use the distraction caused by me marching on the center of the city, which we've confirmed that we have the idea that under the Capitol building is where the generator is.
Yeah. Yes.
That's kind of what
we spent the time to confirm it.
Yeah, it was like right nearby, if I recall.
Yeah.
So if we march there, we could take that out and hopefully fight Clementine, but we don't know for sure that that's where they are.
You don't want to directly engage Clementine at the moment. I feel like, considering we don't know the strength of our power, like the prerogative from Albert would be, get the generator down. Don't engage Clementine.
Something also tells me they're probably not there, but get the generator down.
Get the generator down would be...
While you are searching for people?
Okay, so Roderick, Kelly, and I try to find John and Zaire.
John, you know where John is. You have It's then going to be finding Zaire from there.
Yeah.
And I think that's our best split.
Okay. And then...
I think if we sent... Okay. So if
then we have another troublemaker to help us achieve... So we get 2 goals done. We have another troublemaker to help us get 2 more jobs done, and then or one job done, and then we all move in on Clementine. Or
so is that Constance, Zaire, and Lifo are going to deal with the field?
Pretty much. We're because the rumor had been spread that the Rumara will march alongside the Eternal Storm and retake the city, and those who know what's right are going to join them.
Right.
And so we're also going to create a diversion and just march no one else is going to be able to march like that lineup.
Yeah. All right, so let me break this down to see if I understand correctly. The group of you as a force are going to infiltrate the city and then go your separate ways, split off. One group to go find John and potentially Zaire, the other to go hopefully deal with the interdiction field. Yeah. While your ships wait outside the city limits to reinforce once the field is down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and I have an anchor on one of the ships.
Okay, which ship?
I am going to go with the Leviathan's Descent.
All right. So, yeah, your crew is pretty good. Let's get a persuade roll because that's the closest to command. Out of Albert, just to get an idea of how quickly you can get everybody moving and get your force more mobilized.
Another inspiration. I'm not casually spending inspiration anymore. All right, persuasion.
Oh, yeah. Everybody is mobilized and ready. Fuck, man. The ships were maintained this morning. Everything is good to go. And yeah, so you split up, you fly off, and I think it takes most of the day. You're going to be arriving in Dunsimic here at a little after nightfall. So you have cover of darkness. So your ships are just hanging maybe a couple miles outside the city. And
all right, I've actually got an idea. I think so. Ansel's going with Kelly, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you cannot split up the Odares. Oh,
you cannot split up the Odares. All right.
You also wouldn't want to because then they would just die. They're very weak on their own.
They're pretty awful at fighting. You're right.
Roderick should enchant an item before we go in. Let me quickly look at his spells. Oh god, he'd probably give blur to an item.
Okay.
And then hand that off to someone. Do you want to give that
climbing speed? All right, so we're also going to be taking my mount with me as we enter the city.
All right.
That way, all three of us have ways of getting around buildings.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Broderick on the bat.
And Kelly's on the robot.
Yeah. And then I'll be floating
flap
around.
Flap?
Yeah, flap flap.
Okay.
All right, let me start dropping some people onto a map.
Do we want to give blur to anyone on your team? Disadvantage to being hit.
Me. Because whenever someone misses an attack against me, I can make them attack their ally instead. Three attacks. 3 times. But it's free, because my other part of the ability is also always active, so... Heyo.
And then Gamses and Lifo are with Constance. And then you need to find John. Okay.
I am slightly concerned with the setup, and the only reason why I say that is because if we get John with my group, then it's going to be 3 squishy people and 1 paladin.
That's true.
Yeah. But okay, whatever goes down, I'm with Gamses. But the other option is it'd be me and the Odares, and just me, Gamses, and the Odares, and just you and
Lifo. Paladin for the Paladin God.
Exactly, Paladins for the Paladin God. I don't see the problem here. The thing, this is a difficult split.
I mean, that would turn into at that point.
Also,
that would turn into Albert, Lifo, and John.
What's up?
Once Albert and Lifo go and get John, then it would be 2 tanks and a caster, and the other group would be a tank, a semi-tank, because you're a pain in the ass to hit, and a caster.
Yeah.
So that would balance the groups.
Yeah.
Once you got John.
But the thing is that between Lifo and I, especially with my mount added, could speed across the city to John's location and then go to and try and find Zaire. Shit.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's I was hoping it would be combat squad and get shit done squad.
Yeah.
Because my squad is going to go through hell and back just fighting mooks.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. No, I think I think Roderick and Kelly should come with me because Roderick has good wisdom. Because.
All right.
And that would help us look for Zaire, likely.
Just use fate. Use your connection of fate. It'll be fine.
Last time that was just a crit. I only have a +1 bonus to religion checks.
So you disembark from your ships, maybe 2 miles from the city, out behind some dunes, and your crew gives you some salutes, like good luck, and the what is that? 6 of you head toward the city. As you approach, you can see the sort of like silvery barrier surrounding it in the dome, and through that you can see smoke and fire. And so
right.
you approach.
I think, like, during this time, like, at the walk towards it, Gamses and Constance are walking. I'm just going to be like, you ready for possibly the stupidest but most important thing we're about to do in our lives?
And possibly the last? Yes. Yes. This is not my first revolution, Constance.
Wow, yeah, that's true. True. Well,
I just hope that this time fewer people have to die.
Well,
that's what we all hope for.
If you die, you are the biggest liar I have ever met.
Well, if I die, I won't have to hear you gloating about it.
Probably just like, well, best of luck.
He'll just replace me with the younger, cuter version anyways.
Did you think I hired you for your cuteness?
No, I think you hired me because you literally couldn't break out of jail without me.
Hey, it's 2 eggs in the same basket. Anyways.
Yeah, I think Kelly and Roderick are like having a hushed conversation as Kelly, or as they both, check the rifle to make sure everything's all set up, and Lifo just remains silent.
Lifo, you ready for justice?
I have always been ready.
I was in the middle of saying "always" is a mocking thing. Fucking hell! God damn it!
Yep, that's Lifo.
It's Lifo. I knew the response. I just needed the confirmation from Lifo.
I'm gonna walk over to Roderick and Kelly, and kind of look at them, and again,
Coffin?
I know this, Kelly. I know this fight is not your fight, per se.
It is now.
True. I've been grateful that you've been by my side this entire time. I don't think we would have gotten the ship very far off the ground with all the rowdiness of those first prisoners.
That's the truth.
Anyways, I hope none of us die. Going.
She gives you another shitty salute. Or if anyone has to die, let it be the robot. And then you are just outside the city limits.
More like.
Let's see. What can I say?
All right, let me see if I can get this map looking okay.
Oh, get me my mount.
Oh, yeah, giant bat. Do I have a token for giant bat? Giant bat.
I don't know. Just like get a bird or something. I don't know.
Bat.
Do you want a surprise round straight in?
What do you mean? Just other people at the border? Oh yeah, there are people at the border. Fun. Yeah,
No, you guys got mounts and stuff. I can't.
What? Just like sneak in?
No, I can teleport up to 6 people with me up to a mile.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah.
And I have to teleport anyways.
If you guys teleport past, I don't think we'd be able to make it past these defenses with just the 3 of us. Kelly and Roderick don't have enough substance to them to handle that.
So you can see looking in, you know, it's nighttime, so your vision is obscured, but there's also some heavy smoke in the air, which makes it a little more difficult to see. But you can see the glow of the interdiction field here, and then just past it, you can see the dark shapes of buildings with their light spilling out.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I think we should try and sneak in.
Okay. The the robot Ansel has at this point gone down on all fours, at which point their torso like opens up and several more limbs come out, and there's a near the center you can see a harness hanging free that a person could likely fit into.
Yeah.
It's for Constance.
Right.
Yeah, so I kind of look at Roderick. You're gonna need to ride my mount.
I see. Yeah, it turns and the sand beneath it is slowly turning to glass.
Yeah, just eyes like pitch black, smoke coiling off its face.
You hear a blood-curdling scream from inside one of the buildings.
Enough time is worth. Let's go in.
I could just take the 4 melee characters straight in.
And then just have the other 2. Oh, like teleport past all the defenses, like not all the way into the city.
Well, like, come on, over to here-ish.
Set us up so we can do some shit.
Just pop there suddenly.
Yeah. Let's
right.
Wait, hold on. If there's people screaming and being cut down, now is the time for action.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we hear the scream.
And then Constance is like, everyone, get ready. And
boop. Phantom Caravan. You and up to 6 willing creatures of your choice that you could see within 60 feet of you teleport up to 1 mile to a spot you can see. Alright, so I think actually we're at the hour. This is a great place for us to take our break. As you and a group of your friends like turn into black electricity and disappear. And yeah, we will be back for the Siege of Dunsimic right after this break. See you there.